Ladies and gentlemen, you are not ready for this.
I'm sure you enjoyed the music, but why did you enjoy the music? That's a question to be asked. Because probably this music is trending right now. You liked the movie, right? That's exactly the same reason why we all like trending things. Something which is in fashion is followed by millions. Forget millions, billions of people, right? Shakira came up with the Waka Waka song. Everybody loved it. Everybody danced across that song, right? The same way, when we look at the biotech industry, it is dancing to the tune of this one skill right now, which is huge. And you can be earning salaries up to 9 lakhs per annum as a starting salary if you learn it. And you guess it right from the title, of course, and that is NGS Data Analysis. But before we get to that, let us understand broadly about bioinformatics. So one side of the bioinformatics is, we call it as research bioinformatics. Another side, we call it as clinical bioinformatics or diagnostic bioinformatics. NGS is used both the places, but wherever there is a demand from the patient side, not from the research side. So research side is limited because there are limited number of funding bodies, let's say DBT, ICMR, ICAR. So only these people are funding those projects. But the moment I say, okay, this particular technique can be used to make the lives of patient better, that is where the demand shoots up. So let us talk about the genomics sector of India, the clinical genomics sector of India right now. Now it is growing at 18% CAGR by 2030. We are sitting in 2026 by now. So by 2030, we will be crossing or we'll be needing 3 to 5 lakh genomics professional in clinical diagnostics. Every lab, every diagnostic lab will need one clinical diagnostics expert, right? So now the question is, then how do we fill this gap, right? So one thing is very clear. This is going to be a mass employment generator, just like the IT sector, right? So what happened in the IT sector? They were outsourcing all the work to India, so a lot of engineers were required. The same way, a lot of clinical genomics expert will be required in the next 4 years. Now, why? Because the medicine is now moving towards personalized section, personalized medicine. We are looking at NGS trained professionals who can analyze and interpret 1 terabyte of data outputs within a day. Now, this is a significant talent gap because 20% of the graduates as of today know basics of bioinformatics. Forget genomics or forget NGS, right? So now another thing which is very interesting is the NGS reports of US and UK also can be outsourced to India, where we can run the analysis and send the reports back. So basically, India's NGS annual job growth rate is 22%, which is second only to Singapore. And Singapore is a very small country. That means we are looking at massive explosion in jobs in the Indian subcontinent. What is a competitive advantage we have as a country? And that is India things are cheaper. So if we go to US and do the same NGS data analysis, it will cost us 2 lakh rupees. But in India today, it costs only 10,000 rupees. So there's a massive cost advantage. So companies are also outsourcing it to India. The patient demands is rising, doctors are prescribing, and insurance companies are covering this cost. Now, having said that, pharma companies as well as biotech companies are also into this, like Syngene and Biocon. They are into research genomics. Diagnostic side, we have Strand Life Sciences, we have MedGenome. In agri-genomics, we have Mako and BASF. And in the government sector, of course, like I told you, we have ICMR, CSIR labs, and Genome India project, which is further propelling this demand. Let me give you some examples of bulk hiring, which was never seen in the biotech market for last, I think, 25 years, okay? We have never seen any company hiring 300 people in one shot, in one go within a month, okay? And that was MedGenome recently, Strand Life Sciences recently. So they keep hiring in bulk, and that is where 200 to 300 people got hired, many of them through Biotechnology also got hired. So that itself means that the NGS data analysis is going to be a big game changer for all of you. Now let us understand at what level you have to learn NGS data analysis. So of course, NGS can be learned. We have so many training programs for that on Biotechnica. 78% of BSc or MSc candidates don't know about it, or even if they have heard it, they know the NGS part, they don't know how to do the data analysis part. Now, PhD students also don't know how to do this. Many a times they come to us and that, can you analyze our data and give it to us? And then they have to pay. So our aim was, why you should pay for the data analysis? Why can't you learn? So that is where Biotechnica is starting a 3 months NGS Data Analysis plus project training program. Details are given in the description. You can register and you can take advantage of this and become the biotechnologist of the future who gets hired by these clinical genomics and clinical diagnostic companies. Now let's look at some of the salary which these companies are offering at. So we have seen NGS technicians starting salary at around 4 lakhs per annum and goes up to 9 lakhs per annum. Okay. When we look at bioinformatician, the salary starts at 4 lakhs per annum, again goes to 10 lakhs per annum. Clinical genomicist goes from 4 lakhs to 10 lakhs, and omics data scientist also 4 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Now, we have seen the trend, but one important thing we have to know, you should not just know a particular, there are 3 generations of NGS, so you have to know various platforms like Illumina, PacBio. You should know library preparation proficiency. You have to know Python, R, and variant calling pipelines and single cell genomic tools. Now, apart from that, you should have the ability to think out of the box. You need to know how to translate complex genomic data into actionable insights for doctors as well as farmers. You can even work from home and freelance if you know NGS data analysis skill set. Government keeps coming up with a lot of short-term projects under ICMR and Genome India, where you are getting 6 months to 10 months to 12 months contracts, where you can earn big. And of course, the biggest problem right now in NGS is thinking out of the box, problem solving, and communicating it in simple words to the doctors and farmers. So now, having said that, there are 3 layers of learning bioinformatics and NGS you have to know. The first would be a builder who would be working in the back end, designing the things like Python and R will be required. The second will be a thinker who would be thinking, looking at the data and thinking, how do you analyze and how do you conclude? And the third would be somebody who would be implementing it in their, like translational health. So you have the thinker, you have the builder, and of course you have the translator who will bridge the gap or transform, who will explain a false discovery rate to biologists and PCR bias to software engineers. So you can choose either to be a builder, you design in the back end, or learn NGS data analysis, you become the thinker, and or you transform or translate and explain things to people. That's where the translator role comes into picture. Having said that, the question to be asked is, who should do this? Somebody who has interest in research, somebody who has learned biotechnology properly. They should have the foundation of molecular biology, human genetics, and they should be willing to make a career here. And somebody who doesn't want to really work into research, rather he wants to have a fixed good work lifestyle and good salaries, and then NGS and NGS data analysis is the right path for all of you. So more details about the NGS data analysis training program is given in the comment section. Please check it out. If you want to talk to me or our scientists, you can always click the WhatsApp link in the comment section. You can chat with us, find out how NGS data analysis can help you in your career. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, because your comments is actually what motivates us to make our next video. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon in the next one. Till then, keep shining. Take care. Bye-bye.